Hey guys, Panther0822 here. It is den time with the Panther time. My nightly vlog, or at least my my attempt at a nightly vlog. Some nights I'm good at it, other nights not so much. So, anyways, I wanted to get the stream started. I need to grab something to drink real quick. Well, it may not be exactly really quick, but the amount of time it'll take me to go make something to drink and maybe snag something to eat, which I apologize, I'll be eating on stream. We'll give some people some time to jump in, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So, anyways, so I'm gonna do a couple things here first. That is link Word document. That one can go away. That one. All right, there's the link for the stream, and then that should be the link to the channel. So, like I said, I need to grab something to drink, otherwise my throat's gonna kill me and we're not gonna get very far. So, what I'm gonna do, come back to here. Is I'm gonna do that. That way you've got some pictures that'll kind of rotate. It's not quite a blank screen. And that'll give me a little time to do what I need to do. So I will be right back as quick as possible. Grab something to drink yourself, grab some popcorn to hurl at the screen, that'll work too. And we'll get started here shortly. Alright guys, sorry about that. I didn't mean to take as long as I did. The tea took a little longer to brew than I initially thought, and I probably should have opened this up so that you guys don't hear the crinkle of me opening up my cookie. Although this is a, well, I'll just show you guys what it is. So, I've got a 24-hour fitness close to me, and so I'm trying to find a way to still have my cookie and still actually have something moderately nutritious in the process, opposed to just feeding myself junk food all day long. And I figured this was probably a good alternative. So, anyways, welcome. I am Panther 022, and welcome to my nightly vlog, or at least my attempt at a nightly vlog. So, I appreciate that, Triple. Thank you very much. So, anyways, today's been kind of an on-off type day. It was really good. I was able to do, I played some Star Trek today. Star Trek Adversaries, which is a card game based off of Star Trek. It's really cool. Actually, Tribble turned it on to me, so... and I'm really thankful that you did that. So, again, thank you very much. I should actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I meant to do this earlier. I go, you know, I should put the link for this in the description or something like that. And then I forget and I never do it. So while I'm thinking about this, maybe I'll just throw that. Maybe I'll find it and I'll just... There we go. There we go. That way you guys can have the link to the game. That way if you guys are interested in playing the game, you guys can play it for yourself. It's a really good game. I actually really enjoyed playing it. I got a little frustrated I guess technically the third match, because the first match I played was the introduction match to teach you how to play the game. The second match I played, I won. The third match, I lost twice. I tried the match twice. I got a little frustrated. The opponent seemed to have a life gain, and I just couldn't keep up with it. There's no way for me to really deal with it. So, So I got a little frustrated in that I was trying to win the game against a deck, and I'm still learning the game. And so far, I'm really actually impressed with the game, how the game plays, and everything. So that was really, really cool. And then what else did I play today? I think I played some Fable today. This is part of the MS. Part of the MS is my short-term to long-term memory is shit. So a lot of times I've got to actually look and double-check to see what the hell I did. Because I played Star Trek Adversaries. I just finished up playing some golf with friends with the wife. And I think I played Fable today. Maybe? Or maybe just Star Trek. Just Star Trek. Okay. Couldn't remember. And now my throat's going... Feed me! So, tea we go. Today was also a bit of an emotional day. The wife and I had we're sorting through some things. She was going through a really tough time, emotionally. Our little pup, Gabs, got a hold of a paper towel and was shredding it and then was eating it. And we're not quite sure what that's about. It could be any number of things, but the wife got a little, I guess a little neurotic would be the right way of putting it. And so had to deal with that a bit. And then when her and my brother-in-law, Chris, who just got back from karaoke, were out doing their things, I spent a little time cleaning the kitchen, which I'm hoping my brother-in-law is going to clean his plate and put it away. I chewed on Tommy about that earlier. That was part of the conversation when I came over. So anyways, I guess that kind of leads into, I was doing the dishes and getting a little frustrated because of a lot of ways, and this is not entirely true. And I know that, but it's the underlying emotion is that and this is one of the things, this is called taking accountability. This is one of those things that when you're in an argument, the best thing to do is to actually take accountability. And the way that you do that is by saying I, because that way you're taking responsibility for the feeling. So I feel that like I'm the dominant person helping taking care of and cleaning the house. And where that's not actually entirely a true statement, it is a half truth in a way. I'm not the dominant person who is, or more specifically, I'm not the person who's always cleaning up the household. But it is kind of the underlying emotion, and then there's also some other things. I wanted to go across the street and grab some food for myself, but we're on very limited budget, and my wife, whether she meant to or not, talked me out of it. And so I ended up doing something else for dinner that I was initially thinking of. Haircut. Did I mention something about a haircut, Tribble? I don't remember mentioning something about a haircut. Did I? I don't remember. I mean, the short answer to that is no, I didn't get a haircut. I know the wife does. The wife needs to get a trim, and she's very seriously debating a particular style right now. So, oh no, I've got my hair. Okay, so I've got my hair pulled back. My hair is actually long enough. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that too well. You guys aren't really going to be able to see, but my hair's long enough to put up into a moderate tail. And a lot of times at night when I'm doing my vlogs, I don't have my hair up. I just happen to have my hair up because I hadn't taken it down for the day. So honestly, I probably need to get a trim. My hair is acting a little bit weird and whatnot. So excuse me, I'm going to partake of some cookie. And that wonderful popping you were hearing was my TMJ acting up. I know I've got so many wonderful health issues. I've got mild to moderate brain damage, MS, TMJ. Don't ask me what that acronym stands for because I have no idea. And yeah. So, anyways, the wife and I we had a talk. She was at the Adam's Apple Bar. It's a local bar that's walking distance because we don't have a vehicle yet. And there's some decisions that her and I have to make. And there's some changes that we need to make. A lot of it's financial. There's some financial decisions that we've made that have not been the best, and we need to change that. And then there are other things that need to change. and we need to go from there. So that's what most people say. Most people don't realize that I have any form of a health issue or anything like that. The main reason is I've spent most of my life working very hard to make it non-apparent. So my mom and dad didn't agree on a lot of things before they got divorced, and both of them are divorced and remarried at this point. But the one thing that both of my parents agreed on is the world doesn't care if you have disabilities. The world is going to deal you a pile of shit whether you like it or not, and it doesn't care. And honestly, it's actually a very accurate statement. The world doesn't care, and depending on what your religious view or anything else as far as that goes, the world, the universe, however you want to look at it, does not care that I have MS. It does not care that I have brain damage. The things that happen in life are the things that happen in life, and I have two choices. I can either be the victim and look at me, look at my disabilities, pity me, or I can tell the world to screw itself and do everything within my power to function to the best of my ability, and then ask for help when I need it. Oh, I appreciate that, in trouble. I should be probably a little more specific in that statement. People care. People are awesome, and I love people. The world as a general doesn't care. So people are fantastic, and I love people because people have an amazing capacity for warmth and love and growth and compassion. And the best thing to do, especially for me, and this is one of the things that I do, is I focus on surrounding myself with people that are going to help me and not hurt me. So if there's a person that's being toxic in my life, I will not let them in my life. Or I will only keep them in my life in moderation. Because I can't allow that negative energy to be around me. I can't let it affect me, because if I let it affect me, then everything I'm trying to do goes downhill and things like that. So to clarify a little bit, people are fantastic, and I love people. It's one of my passions is actually teaching, training, and developing people. I spent 15 years doing Olympic style fencing, and out of that 15, I spent 13 of it teaching people how to do it. And then I've been in and out of martial arts pretty much the majority of my life. And out of that, I've spent officially a year actually as a certified instructor under Z Ultimate. Z Ultimate is a karate studio. They're actually a studio that spans in between California and Colorado, and actually a little further than that, but dominantly alright, I hope that link works. Oh, it might help if I actually type in the front half. Seriously, my brain just... Oh no, okay. Okay. Let's check my own link that I typed in there. Hopefully it actually works and brings to the right place. It does. Cool. I will take the compliment. humility is not one of my strong suits. Well, that's not entirely true. In a lot of ways, I'm probably far more humble than I probably should be. Actually, Tomi has yelled at me quite a few times for not taking the compliments so well. Me not taking compliments very well. Very, very true. So, bearded Batman. I like that. That's pretty cool. But actually, the martial arts has actually been one of the ways that I have worked with. Specifically, it's how I've worked with the brain damage, because the brain damage affected quite a few things, but the martial arts has helped me be a better person in quite a few ways, as far as humility, and as far as other things go. So, good. Triple said bearded Batman. The wife needs my attention for a minute, guys. Give me a sec. I need to let the puppos out, so what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to throw the images up real quick so that you guys have that. I'm going to leave the music up for you guys as well, but I need to step out real fast so that I can let the pups out. So I will be back as quick as I can, so just hang tight and I will be back. Alrighty, guys. I'm back. Just had to let the puppos out for a minute, so I want to thank you guys for your patience. It is very much appreciated. So again, thank you. I really can't thank you enough. Let's see here. Completely fell off a track of where I was going. That's okay. Not too terribly important. Just that, oh, life and disabilities and martial arts and fencing and yeah. So, my point is, find something that you enjoy that you can latch on to. Martial arts is a fantastic thing. There's a lot of people who are like, well, martial arts just isn't my thing. Here's what I've learned. You just don't know. If you've never tried martial arts, if you've never done it, then trying to say it's not doing your thing is like saying that you don't like a particular food if you haven't tried it. So the point is, try it. If you went and you tried a karate school and you didn't like it, go and find a taekwondo school, or go find an MMA school, or go and find something. Go and try different ones, and see if you can find one that's that's your cup of tea. If after you've tried 2 or 3 different schools of different disciplines and you're still going, you know, it's just not my thing, then at that point you can say, you know, I tried. And that's kind of the main thing when it comes to life, is being able to say that you at least tried something. So I miss my martial arts. I really need to get back into it, but a lot of it is budget. Martial arts just, the other part of the equation is martial arts is not exactly cheap. If you can find a good school, I mean, there used to be a day where you could go training for $60 a month out of school, and that was a good deal. And nowadays, you'd be lucky to get away from anything less than about 100, 125 a month, somewhere around there. So I get it, I really do. It's one of those things where it's, you'd like to try it, but financially, you're just not in a place to do it. So I get that by a lot. I really do. Try teaching. Teaching in general is not cheap. So, so let's see here. So tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday is typically my day of rest. I really don't do anything Sunday, other than maybe a stream. And even a stream on Sunday is up for negotiation to a point. Tomorrow we're actually going to probably go and hang out with our good friend Dad and Heather. And usually when we go over there, because we don't have a washer and dryer in unit, we've got coin laundry, well, more or less coin laundry downstairs. They've been kind enough to open up their house to allow us to use their washer and dryer. So typically what we do is we go over there on Sunday, hang out, and play some games and hang out and do laundry at their place. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't do a vlog on Sunday. But the other part of it is I like a day to where I can, and to a certain degree, I kind of step away from electronics. I've got my phone on me. I might look at Facebook. I might look at other things or things like that, but for the most part on Sunday, I try and stay away from things a little bit, mainly to give myself a day of rest where I can relax, step away from things a little bit, kind of think about it. It gives me some time to reflect kind of about where I'm at in life, where the channel's at, where I want to take the channel, I also am looking at, again, where am I in life? Where do I want to go in life? What goals am I trying to achieve? How close am I to achieving those goals? Which reminds me, I really should probably start writing my goals down opposed to trying to keep them in my memory, because my memory is not what it used to be. So, and nothing can replace a good SMART goal. So, SMART goals. I actually did a video on SMART goals. There are people who probably have done a far more in-depth and have far better education in that particular arena than I have. But I did do a video on SMART goals because I felt it was important to at least reshare the information. And that's actually kind of, if there's anything, there's kind of the infinite bucket of, if there's one thing I've learned is, and then fill in the blank as many times as you can think of something to fill in that blank with, is that sharing information is very important. As Siri decides that she wants to try and chime in on the conversation. How about turn on? Thank you. All right, I was turning my iPhone off because I had left it on for some reason. But anyway, sharing information is very important, and with the speed of the internet, information gets shared at a horrendously fast rate. I would say alarming rate, actually. But it's really important to share that information out so that it can get in front of as many people as possible, because kind of a realization that I had, and this was years ago when I had this, was there's so many motivational speakers. And what I've learned about it is that the reason there are so many is because one motivational speaker might work for one person but may not work for another person, and so they need to hear it in a different way. An example of that is I use Jack Canfield as an example as far as things. Jack Canfield is he's a phenomenal person. I've never had the chance to meet him. I would love the chance to meet him. He's a fantastic person from everything that I've seen. I've got one of his audio books. I've listened to another one, and he's written the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. So, anyways, the point is, Jack Canfield, my wife listens to Jack Canfield and doesn't really get a lot of information out, because for her, he's not the right fit when it comes to that type of information. However, there's another system that's called the 8 to Great system. And for me, the 8 to Great system doesn't really, it's not that it doesn't work. It's not that it isn't a valid system. It's, for me, it doesn't work. But what I've learned is that Jack Canfield talks about some things and the 8 to Great talks about the same things. And I found that if I take something that I don't quite understand from Jack, but 8 to Great puts it in a way that I do get, I can put the two together, and then from those I can actually get a good solid game plan, or I can build something and go from there. So it's like again, it's like SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Is how you build the goal. I'll use a martial arts reference. I want to get to a black belt, which is actually a life goal of mine, and I've gotten close, and I've just been a moron and stepped out of the school before. I've let life get in the way. Basically, I've let crap get in the way. But if you walk into a school and you go, all right, I want to get from white belt to black belt in 6 months. Yeah, it's specific. Yes, it's measurable. It is not realistic, and it's not attainable. So that doesn't work. But if you go, you know what, I want to get to black belt within 2 years. Depending on the school, that is actually possible. It is also a lot of money. But with some schools, it does actually fall within the SMART goal criteria. It is specific, it is measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time bound. You've got all of those pieces in order to fit into place so that you can achieve that goal. So I'll just agree with you. That's probably there's a lot of stuff that I've learned, and a lot of it is I've had to learn it because of the brain damage. The brain damage it forces me to learn in a particular way. I'm horrendously slow at learning, depending on what it is, mainly because the amount of time it takes me to read, get through the information, and then be able to translate it into something that I can use takes a lot of time because of the way that my brain works. And now the MS has further complicated issues, so now it takes me even longer to get through things. But that's and what I can do is I can put this in terms as far as like we'll use the SMART goal in alignment with the channel. I'd like to grow the channel to where I can get a little bit of an income off of it. I don't actually have a specific income number. I should probably actually redefine that, but at the moment, I'm being moderately generic with it. And Tribble, you and I were talking about this earlier. It's under channel, and then there's monetization, and this is where it actually gives you those specific numbers. So that 4,000 that you and I were talking about it's 4,000. It is watch time. It is watched hours. It is watched hours in a 12-month time span. So YouTube redefined this. I don't know why. I really don't. And actually, a lot of YouTubers who are far larger than I am have looked at this and go, we don't get this. But anyway, so the specific goal is to get to 4,000 hours viewed within 12-month time span. The secondary part of that to earn an income is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So those are the specific. They're both specific goals, and they are measurable because I can watch the numbers go up. So they're specific and they're measurable, and one of them is even time bound because it's within a 12-month period. The subscribers is something where I set that goal. So I would like to hit that. Honestly, I would like to hit that. I'd like to hit this by the end of the year. By the end of the year, I would like to hit these numbers and actually see a little bit of an income. Just to be point blank and honest with you guys, that's what I would like. So now the question now becomes, how do I do that? Now there's any number of ways to actually do that. And honestly, this is its own video on its own that I will probably actually do at some point. I already kind of started to do a video in regards to this. And then vidIQ actually has a lot of videos as far as how to actually obtain these particular goals. So they would be a channel that I would recommend to you guys. As again, they're a YouTube channel, and I would recommend them to you. So anyways, let's get on point as far as, because it's getting late and I need to just kind of wrap this up a little bit, and so I can go to bed. So here's kind of the plan for the next well, just kind of the plan in general. Monday is a Dragon Age day. Whether that be Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Origins Awakenings, it's going to be Monday and Wednesdays are a Dragon Age day. I try and specify as far as which game is going to be. So Mondays is typically Dragon Age Inquisition, and Wednesday is usually Dragon Age Awakenings. That's usually excuse me, my nose is a little itchy. That's usually how I try and do it. Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually a Star Wars day. Is usually how that pans out. I usually try, and because I'm trying to get through the second KOTOR game, I usually dedicate both those days to that. Now, I've got other Star Wars games, and I did start playing one, and I'm going to try, honestly, I'm going to try and play a little bit of it on my own, mainly because I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I'd never played the game before, and it's a really old game, so the graphics are a little hard to deal with. As far as the graphics go, so that being said, there are other Star Wars games that I want to get that are available on Steam. So yeah, Mysteries of the Sith. I really want to actually get through and play that game, but I really do want to. I'm going to spend some time playing it on my own so I can try and figure out where I need to go. So I'll probably end up starting an alternative save file, and then once I know where to go, once I kind of get an idea, a feel as far as some things go, I'll start streaming it again. I was trying to get through some Force Unleashed. I was trying to get through the section that I've been stumped and stumbled on. I probably just need to pull a guide or ask my brother-in-law or my wife to play through this section where I'm at to try and figure it out, because I'm trying to do it and I'm just lost. I know what I need to do, but for some reason I'm thinking that, and most of the times I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing, but I know that I am missing something. So I just need to get through it. That's really what it comes down to. And then once I'm done with the first one, I need to purchase the second Force Unleashed so that we can play through that one and go through there. So there are those things to consider. And then there's also other Star Trek games that are out there, like Star Trek Bridge Crew, that I would like to get. And Star Trek Bridge Crew initially was only a VR platform game only, and then they released it in a non-VR form as well. So I'd like to actually get that one and actually get a copy for my wife and my brother-in-law, because I think that would be really fun to play the three of us together and stream that. I think that would be a blast as far as getting that. And then there's also a Starfleet Academy game that I played years ago, and it's available on Steam. Tribble, have you played that? Or is it just something that you've kind of seen some things for? Because I've seen some things for it, and I agree with you. It definitely looks interesting. But have you actually had the chance to play that one, or watch somebody else? Actually, I might want to hunt for somebody who actually might have done a playthrough of it. Although I try not to do that of games that I'm going to eventually play for myself, because I don't want to spoil the experience for myself. I want to actually get the full experience without without getting it tainted by watching somebody else play it. So, although I have some games that are going to be an exception to that once I can find them, because there's some games that some of the more established, well, I shouldn't say, well, yeah, more established YouTubers have played that I want to try and find. I don't remember the names of the games, at least not off the top of my head. I'd have to hunt through their channels to actually find the game and whatnot. But and then there's also a Starfleet Command game as well. So that much I do know. Actually, what was really interesting is how I got into how I learned and gained interest in the game was the gentleman who plays Geordie LaForge, who for some reason I'm LeVar Burton. He actually did a thing with it, and I watched him and a couple other people play it in a VR experience, and that's what got my interest in the game. So yeah. So that's kind of the things that I've got going on. I'm gonna try. I have the first Witcher game. I've been hesitant to start playing it because I want to try and finish out Inquisition before I start another RPG style game, because I'm already doing Inquisition and Awakenings and KOTOR, and all of those are RPG style games. Every single one of them are. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just I'd like to finish out at least one of the series before I start a new one. Although alternatively, I could end up dropping one of the double up days, either a Monday or a Wednesday, and add in The Witcher, or I could start doing The Witcher on Friday and or Saturday, in addition to what I'm doing on Friday and Saturday anyways. Something to think about, at least, is to get into that, because the Witcher games have a very high rating. A lot of people have really liked them, and yeah. So anyways, that's kind of all I have for you guys tonight. Tonight's been a bit of a longer stream. I know the last couple streams before this have been like 5-minute, 10-minute streams. They haven't been terribly long. This one's almost an hour. Actually, by the time I think I wrap this, it'll be an hour. So yeah. So let me know in the comments. Let me know what games you guys would like to see me play. I'm just going to give you a fair warning. If you ask me to do a first-person shooter, expect me to die and get very frustrated and whatnot, because first-person shooters are not my gameplay. It's not that I won't do them. It's just they're not my gameplay. I like fighting games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Again, not my normal game. I have to play them on the easiest difficulty level, and even on the easiest difficulty level, I have issues. So, but a lot of that is actually the fine motor issues that I have because of the brain damage. I have gross fine motor issues. So, playing on a controller and doing some of the things that I need to do in order to actually maximize and utilize the characters in like a fighting game. I'd have to agree with that. Long games are like a good hangout. They're awesome that way. But that's the main reason why I have a hard time with like a fighting game or something like that, is because I've got gross fine motor issues and just have issues. So, anyways, yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. So I might have a vlog for you guys tomorrow. I'm not entirely positive. Like I said, tomorrow's Sunday. Sundays are definitely the one day that oh, okay. Like I said, Sundays are the one day that I typically actually don't stream anything. It's, again, I usually unplug. I'm usually hanging with family or friends or other things. Or if I am doing any gameplay, I'm doing prep play so that we're not wasting as much time in the actual game itself. Like Dragon Age, there's a lot of stuff where I've got to start things, and it literally takes like so there's one mission that's going to be coming up that the scouting part of it alone is an 18-hour like 18 to 20 hour thing where I'll just have to start it and just let it run. The nice thing is I set it and it goes. It doesn't matter if the console's on or off, so I don't have to bother leaving the console on. I just have to start it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, anyways, you guys rock. You guys really do rock. I very much appreciate you guys. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or at least hit thumbs up. Let me know that you guys liked the video, and then share it out. Let other people watch and enjoy, and have their popcorn ready so they can hurl it at the screen when I ramble, and they can just start hurling at the screen and be like, get on with it. So yeah, anyways, I can't say it enough, but you guys rock. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I'm starting to lose my voice even with the tea, so... And I've also got to get to bed because it's almost 2:30 in the bloody morning. So, I didn't realize it was that late. So, alright guys. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome night, and until the next time, this is Panther 0822. Have a good night.